Seak, Claus, Winkler. This video is an art performance as well as an art video, and as all my paintings, my work is art. Also, what I'm doing here is an art performance. When I talk with people, these wake-up talks, they're also art performances. In case la-di-da. Let's talk about art. So AI annoyed me. I've asked AI what should I can tell you what is interesting about me and my work, la-di-da-di-da. And AI was pissing me off very consciously to with just stupid NPC takes on what I should talk about my art. Like the typical stupid blah positive motivation. I'm going outside my studio because then I get free thoughts. My thoughts get free from painting, la-di-da-di-da, all this crap. Which is all stupid because I have this I have my work routine that's just painting details, doing my work, and this is like all like romantic blue pill boomer truth nonsense about art or the things AI suggested. Maybe AI is trying to educate me to think for myself, which would be good. So yeah, what I can tell about my process and about patterns. Yeah, in a way, my art. One thing that AI said, like that, my studio is like my monastery, where I'm like living detached from the world. One reason is to avoid group thinking, because the group is stupid, and then you accept the opinion of the herd, and then you start thinking like the rest of the group, and then you're afraid of having your own opinion, doing your own research, la-di-da-di-da. This means if I would mingle more with people, probably I wouldn't have woken up or would have biting my tongue and not saying anything, because then you are afraid of what others are thinking. And for me, socializing didn't make sense in the last decades, because I was always just focusing on how to survive financially, to keep on working in the studio and stuff. So there's like not so much art collectors or people who invest and buy and pay the prices you need, which finance your art, as well as having like going into some carnival clubs, or like creating old buddy networks, and then get some paint job somewhere, some wall painting, because then you are the spray paint graph guy, blah blah blah. They all know, which is exhausting. You don't get anything done, and you basically reduce yourself onto like some kind of like craftsman local guy frequency. So there wasn't really like a reason to socialize, while I had in the last 26 years in the beginning thoughts or the necessity and lots of blue pill or naive takes or ideas which were well-minded advices, but all wrong advices. And that's also a strategy to hold people down, also from the surrounding one have, because then they don't you don't get too successful. They can have the control over you, la-di-da, jealousy. I don't know, it depends. But there's also, like, for example, my ex who kept me then also away from building, for example, networks with craftsmen people. There were like a certain thing I wanted to do to connect with people, because I guess she was afraid that I would be eaten up by their mindset, because then they try to downgrade you on their level financially and belittle you. Because one pattern I reckoned is people just give you just the amount of value they give to themselves. That's the maximum, usually a little bit lower in the maximum. So it's always a question who to socialize with and who not. So talk about my art process. What is influencing me? Do I need inspiration? I mean, I must continue painting my details, and when I would just follow that, then I'm already busy for the next decade with painting details, little light effects with scale model brushes. Probably also then after you paint large canvases, start just large canvases. To have to train all abilities, not just painting with a small brush, because it's kind of like also psychologically difficult when you're just sitting there. I'm just overdoing it now. What I like about going into nature is just European people. That's the aim, or no people. It's kind of historic. It's not polluted with liberalism, modern world. Trying to avoid that as much as possible. But at the same, for example, if I would go to the Eifel, they have like a guide system or something, where you can hire a guide, and they have rangers. They call it ranger. First thing, we are in Germany. They call it ranger. It's literally an American Commonwealth English term for an occupying force, because this thing it's called Nationalpark Eifel, National Park Eifel, and they're already cucking you and trying to destroy your national ego with sprinkling it with Allied occupying forces words. Then the logo of that park ranger thing is like the Canadian Mountie hats. So the system tries to F up, cuck and destroy everything pro-national, pro-German, pro-white as much as they can. Especially when you know how they're flooding Canada with people. And Canada is already new India. So, yeah. It gives it a whole nother connotation. So I'm trying to practice escapism from the world and from those realizations as much as I can. While when I was painting all those wall paintings, I was searching for the urban cities and everything. But back then, say in the 90s and beginning 2000s, it was the population was still pretty European everywhere, and now it's going down the drain in a rapid speed. So anyway, so it's like escaping from that new reality, and while I love painting my large Seak styles and everything, which and it's also, they look like spaceships. So the question is, in Germany, you have like the German word for spaceship is Raumschiff, and something I reckoned probably already in the 90s. Every now and then I became a hunch that the word Raumschiff, like spaceship, just because my styles, my letter forms, they look for most people not like letters, they look like some kind of spaceship. The German word for spaceship, Raumschiffe, it almost sounds like umschiffen, and it's a term which comes from maritime things, from maritime lingo, and it literally means like you as a ship, you sail around another ship or an obstacle. You don't front it, you don't contact with it, you swim, you sail, you steer your boat around it. Umschiffen, like means like can be like something is overturned, or the milk is gone or something, but it also can mean like you're going around something. Let's say like, umschiffen or umschiffen, Schiffen means like shipping or sailing, stuff like that. So Raumschiff means that. So in a way, I thought always, and that was already like almost 30 years ago, I guess, or like say then in the late 90s it started. Interesting. It's like I'm going, it's umschiffen. You can also interpret it as I'm not facing don't want to face a certain problem, a challenge, something I have to, something unpleasant you have to take care of, what you have to do, what you have to work with, stuff like that. It's like, I'd rather not doing it or find reasons not to do something else instead. Or like I'm not mentioning it, or there's someone who has a problem or makes problems. No, I don't want to talk with that. I'm not facing that. You I don't know. Someone in your family is too fat and you're not mentioning it. You talk about anything else, but not the fact that, hey, come on, less carbs, more sport, more workout, get a dog or go walking with dogs from your friends or something so you have to lose some weight. Anyway, so the point is, like an umschiffen means you talk about anything, do anything, but you're not doing that particular thing or talk about that or do something or act upon it or something like this. So my work looks like spaceships, and spaceships, the German word is Raumschiff, or Raumschiffe, it's a plural, and it sounds like umschiffen. Anyway, it's kind of, so it's like the boomer truth, American re-education, the blue pill, beta, not mentioning it, not saying anything, putting your head in the sand, la-di-da-di-da, like, I don't know, I don't want to hear it. There's enough contemporary, there's enough contemporary examples which I can say or use which describe that problem. Beating around the bush, it's also an interpretation, but it doesn't hit it like this umschiffen, It's like, umschiffen. Yeah. So, you can interpret this word even further, because every sound or every word has different interpretations. The interesting thing is that I've never write the word Raumschiff, but the stuff I paint looks like Raumschiffe or spaceships. Maybe also the word spaceship is the word hip inside. Hips, synonyms of sex. So I maybe should have some more sex with women, not with myself. Going for monk mode. This is another thing. This is maybe something I could talk about. I'm thinking of getting headaches from being too much in the sun. I have to go into the shadow. I'm getting followed by a woman with dogs, 2 dogs. She wants attention. And they are attracted to me, which they can. But I don't want to be in the sun. I don't know, I have some kind of like slight headaches or something. So anyway, so this is like one thing. So maybe I should think about how my work looks like, how it appears, and then with what words you could describe those things I'm painting or how my work looks like. And then how are these words in English, or if you speak English, how they are in German. And then which other words or meanings is this connected to, and how then this has a certain effect on people or myself or you or the world. And then you can explain patterns or how patterns are nudged and steered. But this is like a journey. You can take up every signal, digest like a certain truth. Let's say in this word is a certain color combinations embedded via the letters. Those color combinations, if you interpret it like this, with those colors, have psychological this effect in context with other things. It would explain that if someone looks at this painting, it will create this or that. But what diffuses the whole thing is that the painting itself has any colors, any other colors and forms, and also like a haptic. So that also steers everything. So yeah. So there's so many ways of interpreting how art works. And so what I'm happy about is now later I will check out how many steps I've walked today, and I probably came up to my 10,000 steps today. I guess I'm the second time now going around this this lake area, so I'm betting it will be, I don't know, 15,000, 17,000, 18,000, 20,000 steps, which would be like considering that I usually move almost nothing, which is really unhealthy. This is a lot. And I was already walking here with my parents and my grandparents when we were visiting my grandparents on Sundays, which was super boring. Yeah, but this boring thing is also nice. There's a blonde woman going. Yeah, I should make children with blonde German women. Question is, are they NPCs and leftists? Because they're all brainwashed. That's the problem. I should maybe get women from East or from Middle Germany. Normies would say, or NPCs would say East Germany. That's Middle Germany. My family comes in parts from the real East Germany, which is East Prussia, which is occupied by Russia and Poland. From the far rightest of the far right. It's like, and I have also Lithuanian heritage, Huguenot heritage, Austrian heritage, English heritage. There was a warrior from England, Huguenots from France, who came via Austria, Austrian heritage, of course, East Prussian, which is Lithuanian. One part comes from Lithuania, in the 1800s. So I have also Viking, not just German Viking blood, but also like Lithuanian Viking blood in me. This explains, yeah, maybe why I'm so German. I don't know. Then there's an English warrior who settled in Silesia, East Prussia, probably in the 1700s. And then Silesian blood. Yeah, so it's lots of German heritage, and both my grandfathers were in the party which is forbidden in Germany since 1945, and I want to mention the name. So I have brown blood in me. So I'm high royalty. That means I should just have sex. No, not sex, but have children with women where also both grandfathers were party members, which is otherwise. In Germany we say Adel verpflichtet, means like, there's an English word for Adel. It's like you have like royals, it's either the king, but how do you call that whole, barons and lords and dukes and counts and sirs and stuff like that, this whole network. In Germany it's called Adel, blue blood, So brown blood. Just it's also to keep the family line in check. Plus, people who were in that nowadays forbidden structure, they also were tested till like the 16th century. The Arya-Nachweis and stuff like that. And I saw from one family part, I don't know from both or from one I saw, and I couldn't identify the signatures because it went to like 1600 or something. So, yeah. Anyways, Um, yeah. Yeah. What should I say about my art? Everything I'm saying here is steered by the colors I'm seeing. I'm looking on the pathway, and it's like stomped earth, and then in a light gray. And on the right and on the left are green grass. And then here on the left you have like some lake area, and then here's like wood area, and there's sunlight. So this is like all steering me and giving me triggering my thoughts. And all kinds of other things. And my glasses, the thing and my nose, everything I'm seeing here, all the little things are nudging me in a certain direction. Yeah, and that is like, once you realize how much we are steered in our thoughts by colors and forms, you have a profound knowledge about that, you are shocked and ask yourself, how much is really our own thoughts? Yeah, so there's someone who looks like demography. Plus, my pattern is when I see demography, I call them demography. This PC term, no, not PC, but the and not the non-shadow ban word. Usually, other words, I go out of the way. And it was different when I was in my hip hop graffiti time and walls painting and stuff. But hey, those who are responsible for that, they ruined it for everybody, and they overdid it. You know, just say thank you to them. Plus, where are all the other like non-European people who are helping the Europeans to protect Europe? They don't give a shit. You know, where are all those? Nothing. No one cares. There you go. So why should we care? Huh? Also a good question. So that speaks also volumes. So anyway, yeah, talking about art. I should should paint larger paintings too. That's the beauty with painting with spray cans. The way I paint is they are I say that they look like 3D programs. I mean, it looks like an Apple Mac 3D Pixar perfection thing. It's like super easy. It's imagine like you have like you're painting more precise with your finger in the photo album function of the iPhone. Everything is perfect. You can paint precise as you want. If you want to make a color cover another color, it works. If you want to have it transparent or like flaccid or like opaque, or what do you call that? Like when you can look through, it works also. You can do anything, which is also then at some point a problem, because then it kind of looks like kitsch, or it looks too perfect. So it's also good to break that up. Plus, a lot of the colors from spray cans are too bright. That's also a bit of a pity. So when you're getting older, you like subtle colors. So when you have more education or happy or stuff, so that was always a challenge. I'm getting hungry. Still have to have no breakfast. Like me painting in the studio is like turning the back on society. It will be interesting what happens when the system is nudging and steering, the shadow government or the shadow deep state, how you want to call, who I mean, those who know, those who can't mention. If they steer it and make it happen that there won't be the guests are all leaving again, you know, and Europe can be Europe. What then will be happening? Because then I guess people will even more leave everything, because it doesn't make even less sense. And where will we collect ourselves? And how smart was I painting on canvases, or on transportable parts? Because it kind of like, maybe that's ingrained into my culture or my history. Because I come from what I know from my family is, for example, the Huguenots were fleeing for religious reasons from France, from the Bartholomeus Night, from France to Austria, and then to East Prussia. Okay, the part from those DNA blood things in my body, or my ancestors who were already from Austria, fled from Austria to East Prussia. So 2 times fleeing, moving, leaving everything behind, or just taking the essential stuff and this stuff. Then my Lithuanian forefathers from Lithuania to East Prussia. Then those from East Prussia to from Silesia to East Prussia is the 4th group moving. Then that forefather from England, the warrior, going to Silesia, East Prussia. 5th group where I know they moved somewhere. And this is just the stuff I know. Then my forefathers from in 1944 from East Prussia to North Schleswig-Holstein, and then to the Rhineland, the 6th times we were refugees. And then from my other family side, they moved from Hunsrück to the industrial area of the Ruhr area, Oberhausen, 7th time. And then from there to the area here in south of Cologne, where I'm at right now, the 8th time. And this is just always moving and always, settling somewhere else. I would say the thing here in, and then me as a child moving from here to another village when I was a little bit older, and then living there for a long time. The point is, with the paintings, I can take, with those transportable paintings, I can take them with me and stay operational, because you know what's happening right now. And I already knew the Kalergi plan and Morgenthau plan, all that. I wrote that in the book Unser Jahrhundert im Bild, Our Century in Pictures. And I first saw the paintings and the pictures and the placards and everything which was in that book documented from the 1970s, and the people were trying to tell the things in between the lines, you know. Where you ask yourself, even when you were a child, Leon Trotsky, strange hair, strange look. What is he doing with that name in ice cold Russia? Doesn't make sense, you know. It makes sense. And even the name is pure evil, because it triggers people into being stubborn. So Trotsky, you know, it means like Trotz means like to be against the logic, against the senses, against the good thought, the thing which is logical and natural. So if you talk about someone like him, was his say camouflage street fake name. It works as a vehicle to everyone pointing him out, weakening himself and creating the opposite of what one wants to create. Like it creates this backburn effect. Clever. This is like anyways. And in that book were also artists, those from the 1920s who also served in World War One. Here from Düsseldorf, forgot his name, with his ugly paintings, But that created also in me the way that art can be also semi-beautiful, or semi-good-looking and semi-ugly. While in graffiti, I was focusing more on trying to be stylish and cool and everything. But once I started also working with brush and other medias, I accepted that parts can also look ugly. I don't know the name. Famous German painter. He was a machine gunner in World War One. Iron Cross. Decorated. He was from Düsseldorf. Famous. It's a ash over my head. That shame that I should don't know this name now. Then there's Kandinsky was in the book. Lots of artists. But the question is, I should get this book again, because at some point I was so sick I couldn't read it anymore, because I was watching it for so many times. Completely programmed myself with that book, which is good, because it made me who I am, and it programmed me to see the patterns, but also to write on that pattern frequency, because it's also interesting, because it's like, because I guess they just allowed this book to then maybe make people think they're informed, while holding back who Leon Trotsky, for example, and all the other actors are from. It's like censorship, 1970s, American education. Germany, the Americans have a law which they can dictate the public knowledge from media and stuff. That's why they're buying and sponsoring then magazines like Der Spiegel, because they're trying to uphold as long as possible the media. And now when they have control this, the websites, they as a group of people coming in front of me, doesn't look like my own group. We go around to see if they go to the left or to the right, and then depending on how they're going, I'm going. Not that just I have reasons to be cautious, because I have lots of fun play toys with me, which are all legal to carry, but that's my way of reacting in situations like this. Let's see how they're going. And they're going this direction. There's like, most of them are Euro and the other are new, so they're guilty by association. This is the same with women, by the way. And I see like European women, I have to be very careful how I communicate things, and I see, they want to prove something, and they have like, there's also non-Europeans. Okay, enough. Thank you. No reason to give any attention or nothing, because saving myself the hassle. That's in Germany we call it Westextreme. That's like the legal term which you can kind of like play the ball into their court. Also the word rechtsradikal or rechtsextreme, I think one of the two words comes from Leon Trotsky's group, the Bolshevik too. So the aim is also to, when you paint like how I painted my house, to take away the system, to take away the words from the system, from the anti-white system you have here in Germany, Moloch's mill, take away their words. And the concept is barriers to benefits, which leads us to my style again. So everything in my style is kind of round. While I love military aesthetics and masculine aesthetics, the problem is the spray can is round. And when you paint a lot and fast, it's more easier to paint round. Plus, for me, it has some kind of like automatism, Playmobil Lego vibe, which is functional, because it's like when you put things together like in a system. But the thing is also, maybe I learned this from this Leon Trotsky, and you can also clever people or smart people learn also from their enemies. And that is, it goes like vice versa, the word Seak triggers people so much into the degeneracy thing that it kind of like protects you if you hold your line and focus on women or sex where you create women, or when you can create children. Then I can also use my name as a weapon or my art. You could say it's similar to the alphabet people flag. Here's the alphabet people flag. I'm going by because here's a certain structure. It's like you shame people into disgust and take away the masculine energy. I don't know. I have to come up with some arguments why it's different with my artwork. But it's not, my stuff doesn't necessarily look like that. It can also look like something else. It's like you can easily, with some little suggestions, can steer mechanical stuff into this or that connotation when you paint it. But the thing is that, maybe I can also paint like a vulva or anything in it so that people are knowing that they should have sex with women. So this was another nice thing. Follow Martin Zellner on Telegram, support my work, and wake up. And after you wake up, you also have to go into activism and do something. You can do this with art or with all kinds of ways. For example, I just said this also because there was some German young couple going by and I wanted to, while I'm talking, nudge them, because this is like more of a globalist part of the problem institution I am right now here. I want to say what it is. It's part of to keep people docile and sleeping. So people who are working or being here or going here for fun are brainwashed. So anyways, see you in the next video. Thank you for your support.